Hello. In this video, I'm going to show you how to use if then else statements in JavaScript. And they are very similar to C or C++. I'm going to use an example called grade computation, where we are going to ask for the score and items of a certain test and also the base of computation and compute the equivalent grade and convert them into a letter grade using a series of if-else statements in JavaScript. We will use the same uh, uh, program that we have done before, and at the same time, but however, this time we are going to create a separate file. We are going to head over to our new root file shortcut and click this. We are going to add a new HTML called grade computation. Let's just use small letter, grade computation, and then we create file. Okay. And then what we'll do is we'll populate it with the basic HTML that we have from our W3 schools, no? And then paste the basic computation there. We will remove the unnecessary items and the title will be grade computation. We'll use a header, okay? And then we'll put two BRs to have two breaks, another two BRs, because in the last line, we are going to get that back to home page script. We'll just copy this back to home page link, okay? So we'll avoid typing, okay? Then we'll have it here, okay? So now we have the grade computation. We'll save this web page. Let's create the link in index.html. We'll go there and then we look for our drop down button or drop down menu. We have grade computation now, so we'll just copy one line. We'll not destroy the, okay, we'll just copy this. We'll not destroy the original content so that you can reuse them. Okay, I hope you follow. So now instead of add two numbers, we'll be using grade computation .html. Okay, and then our label will be compute grade. Right away, we'll check if the links work. Okay, we'll save this, and then we'll go to our. I have closed. I've closed the tab. So anyway, let me just type it again. Okay, so we have it. We have compute grade. Okay, we already have the blank page, and when we go back to home page, okay, it brings us back. So anyway, we are now ready to populate the contents of grade computation. Let's open that file in our W3 spaces. And the first thing to do is to ask for a score of a student from a test result, okay? So we will use an input for that. So we'll start with the label or score. We'll call it score. No? And then we'll have an type the score and label. Okay, and then we'll have an input. An ID is also score, and type is number, of course. Okay, and we'll terminate it like that. We just copy this to ask for the number of items. We cannot compute this automatically because we will have a division, and the automatic computation may result to a division by zero error. So the next thing that we ask is the items, and we change the label to type the items. Okay, and then the next is the base. So we'll have this is the base of computation, type the base of the basis, and then we will have a button to compute grade. We will create the function later, no? And then we would like to show our resulting grade. We'll have two BRs to separate, okay, the inputs from the outputs. What our first output is the grade. The second output is the letter grade. So we will use an input, okay, for the grade. Okay. Yeah, we call this grade. This is a number, and we'll change the label to just grade. Okay, and then we'll have another input beside it, which will show the letter grade. So let's say letter grade, and we'll just call it equivalent grade. Okay, and this is now letter grade. The ID is letter grade, and the type is text because these are now letters. Let's not forget to save this. Okay, let's run this first to check how it if it's complete. Okay, let's go to compute grade. So we now have the score, the items, the base of computation, and then when you compute grade, okay, it will compute the grade here and convert the equivalent letter grade here. Okay, so let's do that now. Let's go back to our W3 spaces, and then for our button, we'll have an on click, and then compute grade. Okay, and then we will start the script right before the end of the body. We also have an end script. The function that we create is called compute grade. Okay. So we know right away that the first thing to do is to extract the values of the inputs. So we'll just use the same variable names between JavaScript and HTML, except for grade and letter grade, because anyway, it will help us to type shorter variable names. No, it will be a lot of help. So we'll have var score items base, and we have G and LG. G is the grade and LG is the letter grade. Okay, score is derived from document dot get element by ID, which is score dot value times one. Okay, let's not forget times one. And now we can just copy this to extract the result for the items. Items, okay? So this is items and also the base. So this is base, this base, okay? Now we are ready to compute the grade. We are going to compute it first and then round it off so that it will be easy to convert into letters. So we will call it G. Okay? G is equal to base plus score over items, okay, times 100 minus B. Okay. I hope you have the right formula, no? And now we have the letter grade. We have the equivalent. We round this off using math dot round and then open close and close it there. Okay. Math dot round is a built-in object and function, no, in JavaScript, which is used to round numbers. So anyway, before we proceed, let us try to display this grade first. No, we'll do a document. Okay, get get element by ID. This time, because we are using a read-only input, okay, we'll use the value grade. That value is equal to G. Okay, so let's try to run this first. Let's go over here and then refresh. Check if it computes. For example, we'll say 80 over 100. The base is 40. We compute grade. Yes, it computes the grade. Now our next problem is to classify this grade. How do we classify it? Okay, so here's the classification. If it's 92 to 100, it's A. If it's 81, 88 to 91, it's B plus. 84 to 87 is B, and so on and so forth. Anyway, let me just type it right away in our JavaScript function. Okay, let's do that. No, so if okay, G is lesser than 72. This is a cascading if, because this is similar to C. No? If G is lesser than 72, that will be the first. We will arrange it, no, from lowest to highest, the bracketing. If G is lesser than 82, then LG is equal to F. Okay? And then we can say else if, okay, D is rather G is greater than or equal to 72, and this is an end, no, it's the end. It's similar to C. G is lesser than or equal to 75, then we'll say LG, the letter grade is D. Okay, now the logic of the if then else statements tells us that this can be simplified, because if grade is lesser than 72, it will be trapped here. If it's not lesser than 72, it will go automatically to the next, so we don't actually have to have this, no. Okay, because if G is lesser than 75, it's automatically greater than or equal to 72, because it's not lesser than 72. Okay, so we can remove the complicated and. Okay, so we'll say else if. Okay, next bracket is from 75, the next bracket is, okay, 83. Okay, if it's okay, if it's lesser than or equal to 85, the next, is it 83? No, it's 79. No? G is lesser than or equal to 79. Okay, our LG is C. Okay, let's just copy this. We know the next bracketing. Okay, the next bracket from 79 is 83. Okay, 83 is a C plus. Okay, and the next bracket is 87. Okay, and 87 is a B. The next bracket is this is 7. The next bracket from 79 we'll have 83. And from 83 we'll have 87. And from 87, we'll have 91. 91 is considered a B plus. And we'll just have an else. There's no other option. Else LG equal to A. Like A. And terminate it in the C column. Let's save this first. And then we will show it to the input letter grade. So what we'll do is just copy this. Okay. And then put it here. Document get element by ID letter grade. Remember, JavaScript is case sensitive. Is LG. Okay. So what it does is it computes the grade, the numeric grade, and then it classifies it whether it's failing, it's F, D, C, C plus, B, B plus, or A. Okay. Let's test this and let's refresh. Okay. For example, we have 80. Then the items is 100. The base is 40. Then when you compute grade, it's 88 and it's a B plus. Okay. What if it's a 95? Let's compute grade. It's an A because the result grade is 97. Shall we say 40? That's a very low grade. Let's compute grade. It's 64 and it's an F. Okay. So what are we doing here? We are trying to demonstrate the use of if then else statements available in JavaScript and exactly similar to C syntax in order to classify a computed grade based on a score garnered by a student from taking a test. And the test has a total number of items and a given base of computation. In the next video, I'm going to show you how to use the switch statement in order to make comments regarding the resulting grade. Bye for now and see you then.